So, what's the science behind strategic storytelling? Did you know? Evolution has hardwired our brains for storytelling, and research has shown that our brains become more active when we engage with a great story. It's true. A compelling tale with a dramatic arc triggers a much stronger neurological response than just listening to dry facts or data. Plus, strategic storytelling, which is used in advertising and promotion, can significantly influence your audience's decision and behavior because it gets to the point and is persuasive. Its power comes in its ability to communicate complex concepts simply in a way that your audience understands them. Strategic storytelling connects, elicits an emotional response, and drives action. For example, you know how sometimes a PowerPoint presentation with lots of bullet points can be boring? We've all listened to and suffered through these long decks full of data that may be meaningful to the presenter, but they lack the same punch for the audience. More often than not, we may not get what the presenter was trying to express, so we get bored, nothing happens, and our attention span drops off the chart. Literally. Our brain simply decodes words into meaning, and that's it. Nothing else happens. However, when we're told a story, the language processing parts in our brain actually fire up, along with the experiential parts of our brain. For example, if someone tells us about how delicious their large pepperoni pan pizza with extra cheese, peppers, and olives was, our sensory cortex lights up. If we hear a story about an exciting pickup game of basketball, our motor cortex gets active. Recent research using functional magnetic resonance imaging, or fMRI, has demonstrated that activity in a listener's brain mirrors the activity in a storyteller's brain, which might explain that feeling of being captivated by a story. Using metaphors in a story such as, the farmer had leathery hands, or that singer had a velvet voice, will rouse the sensory cortex and hold a listener's or reader's attention. Since we think in narratives all day long, whenever we hear a story, our brain wants to relate it to one of our existing experiences. So it will search, much like flipping through a Rolodex or on Google, for a similar experience that activates our insula. This part of the brain is emotions central and helps us to relate to similar feelings of pain, joy, disgust, or happiness. So why is the science behind storytelling so important? Why should this matter to you? If you need to make a point, be persuasive, keep an audience engaged, or develop relationships with employees or customers, storytelling is central to exchanging ideas or growing and learning. Embed storytelling into your organizational culture as an effective way to communicate. You'll have the science to back it up.